So it's back to Super Rugby following the June tests. There's two games on the Friday, the Blues and the Reds in Auckland, and then the Rebels take on the Waratahs in Melbourne. It's not exactly an inspiring start back to Super Rugby with the first game. I mean, the Blues and the Reds, it's kind of a battle of two teams at the foot of the table. You got the Blues in 14th against the Reds in 13th, so these are two teams not having great seasons. The Reds can kind of still coast by a bit on the fact that they're building. The Blues are just pretty much plain bad. The Blues not too affected by All Blacks players being out or tired, although Sonny Bill is out, which is a big loss for them. Tuangafasi and Rieko Ioane are back though. Rieko, you're especially impressed in the All Black. For the Reds, a fair few guys made that Wallaby squad, and there are some missing names there as well. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot to play for either team. And I guess the Blues can leapfrog the Reds into 13th if they win, because they're 2 points behind the Reds. But other than that, I mean, it's still more building for the Reds. And for the Blues, it's just trying to save a bit of face. It is Jerome Kaino's final game for the Blues at Eden Park. So that's one little bit of perhaps motivation for the Blues guys to go out on a win. We'll see if it's enough. For the Blues, just in terms of the squad, like I said, Tuangafasi and Rieko are back. Rieko's not on the wing though, he's playing at inside centre, so he's at 12. Michael Collins is at 13, which is new for me. I've pretty much only really seen him at fullback. Duffy is at fullback, and Pulu is bracketed in at number 9 along with Knock. So we'll see if Pulu is fit to play. For the Reds, their Wallabies are also back, but minus Rodda, and there's also no Parisi. Pangamoso's back, Tupo's back, Tui's back, and Karevi back. These guys all start, so that's kind of encouraging stuff for them. The 9-10 combination is Sarovi and Stewart, so that's yeah, the Stewart especially, we're going to see how he goes at 10. Sarovi's ahead of guys like Tuttle, so we'll see how he goes, because yeah, he's only had a couple of starts up until now, so he's kind of a man to watch. Hawkins and Nabuli are in for Rodda and Parisi as well in the second row and on the wing, so pretty solid players, especially Nabuli has been all action this season. For the Blues, this is their last chance to win a home game this season. They've lost every game at home. This is their last one. They could potentially go through a whole season without winning a game at home. So they're doing all kinds of promotions. I've seen like win a trip to, I think it was Australia or something. If you scan your Blues ticket, go into a competition for this Reds game. So that they need to try and sell some tickets, because it's a hard one to sell, other than the fact that Kaino's in his last game for the Blues. For the Reds, they haven't been a New Zealand team this year. They did get within 4 points of the Hurricanes in New Zealand. They're within 3 points of the Highlanders over in Queensland. So they're not bad. They're a team that sometimes does really poorly and sometimes does really well. So we'll kind of see which team shows up this week. The Blues are predicted to win this one by 10. So we'll see if they can kind of live up to that billing. The next game between the Rebels and the Waratahs has a fair bit more to play for. You can see by their records that they're pretty evenly split. They're both vying for that top spot in the Aussie Conference. The Tars are on 35 points. The Reds are on 34. Rebels are on 34 points. Yeah, it's all to play for in this one. For the Rebels, Hodge is back at 10. He kind of played a bit part role in the Wallabies series against Ireland, always coming off the bench, so he shouldn't be too tired. Obviously, Guinea broke his arm during that series, so he's not playing. Ruru starts at 9. Coleman is not in. He's not well to play. So Parling and Phillip are in the second row. Nathan Charles is on the bench because obviously Ulisi hurt himself before the Island series. And Ben Daly gets a start. Without Coleman playing, English captains the side. For the Tars, also without their captain, Michael Hooper, injured during the Island series. So Will Miller starts at 7. Foley steps into the captain's role, which kind of makes sense because he's an experienced player. Falau has been named at 15, but if you've seen my other video, he's been banned for one game with that kind of incident he had in the third test going for that high ball. So they've appealed it, so we'll see if he's able to start or not. I think otherwise Hegarty will go into 15 if he doesn't, if he's not cleared to play. Hannigan's back and starts at 6. And Latu, despite kind of coming off the bench for the Wallabies, isn't able to dislodge Fitzpatrick as the starting hooker, so he starts on the bench. The Rebels, they need to win this one to leapfrog the Tars, basically. It's going to be tough, though, without Guinea, because, I mean, just in terms of things like try assists, he is their top man, easily, just in that department. And, I mean, you look at most teams, the top guy for try assists is generally their 10, but for the Rebels, it's their 9. So he's going to be a big loss because he really drives that team forward. For the Tars, opposite thing, you know, they need to really hold on to that top spot. They last played each other in Sydney, and the Waratahs won this one 51-27. So we will see if the Waratahs can kind of replicate that result. You'd think it'd be a fair bit tighter. That was really a blowout. But yeah, I guess Folau playing or not will also be an important question. The Tars by 3. What the bookies say, but if they're without Hooper and Folau, who knows, those odds might shift a little bit before kickoff. So yeah, 2 games. What do you guys think about these ones? Are you eager to see the Blues play the Reds? Can the Blues break their duck and finally get a win at home this season? And top spot for the Aussie Conference, Rebels or Waratahs? Who's it going to be? You guys let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.